Hi, this is Arthur, and this is a summary and explanation of all main quests released in the game Wuthering Waves version 2.8. Rover visits the Black Shores, who were analyzing Leviathan's gem. Their analysis showed them how to detect new frequencies which revealed an anomaly nearby. Rover heads to the anomaly, which appears to be a spatial rift leading to an unknown sonorosphere. Rover approaches the rift, and an arm with a watch on it grabs Rover and drags her in. Once inside, Rover finds herself in a chaotic city suffering a lament. Rover soon sees a girl wearing a school uniform who slashes at Rover, sending Rover to a more peaceful version of the city. We later learn that girl's name is Chisa. Rover then attempts to contact the Black Shores and fails. Abby was also left behind when Rover was dragged into the rift. Rover notices that every person she's encountered so far was tinted strange colors except for Chisa. Rover wanders around and talks to tinted color people, some of whom strangely disappear in the middle of their conversations. Just then, Rover hears a voice directing her where to go. Rover follows the voice's directions until she runs into Chisa again. Chisa is with a capybara we later learned is called Namipon. After escaping some tacit discords, Chisa and Namipon take Rover to their safe house and formally introduce themselves. Namipon admits to being the voice that gave Rover directions. Chisa explains they are in Honami, a city destroyed by the lament decades ago. During that disaster, the lament poured out of Neon Tower, a tower located in the center of Honami. The lament took Honami and sealed it inside the sonorosphere they are currently in. Right now, they are in a safe house Chisa created with her forte. Chisa's forte allows her to see how things fit together and cut through them. When Chisa slashed at Rover earlier, she was actually using her forte to send Rover closer to the safe house. 2 months ago, Chisa was suddenly transported to Honami. Since then, Chisa has been forced to live in a Honami endlessly reliving its own destruction by the lament. Honami seems to be trapped in one looping moment, as are the tinted color people Rover met earlier. Chisa suspects the tinted color people died during the lament and refers to them as the Left Behind. As for Namipon, they've been here longer than Chisa, but also isn't sure what's going on in Honami. All Namipon knows is that it gained sentience and a physical form after the lament hit Honami. Chisa met Namipon shortly after being transported here, and they've been together ever since. Chisa suspects the source of what's going on is at Neon Tower, but she can't get close as the space in Honami is twisted and overlapping. Every time Chisa gets close, she just ends up looped back into the same spot. Chisa mentions there was another real person here who was trying to find a way out with Chisa, but they aren't here anymore. We later learn that other person's name is Sumika. Rover asks if Sumika wore a wristwatch, and Chisa says yes. They suspect Sumika was the person who pulled Rover into the rift. Chisa adds before Sumika disappeared, she left Chisa a message saying she was going to Neon Tower to find help. Chisa's been looking for Sumika since then, but with no success. Namipon says he used to be able to open a path to Neon Tower, but cannot after the last lament occurred. Rover says they need to find a frequency that shares its source with Neon Tower in order to reach it. Chisa and Namipon seem to have figured that out earlier and have been collecting the longings of the Left Behind in hopes that it would help reveal a path to Neon Tower. Rover, Chisa, and Namipon then go around collecting longings until they run into some Fraidus. They defeat the Fraidus and notice they were setting up some kind of experiment. They continue collecting longings, and Chisa suspects a hidden force is directing the tacit discords to drive away all outsiders. They continue on until the next repeat of the lament occurs. Chisa explains the lament in Honami slices and fractures space, rearranging it. Everything and everyone caught inside these fractures is twisted into absurd shapes until the lament ends. Using Chisa's forte, they escape the lament and head back to her safe house with an injured Left Behind. Once there, the Left Behind realizes he's already dead and fades away. Rover and Chisa then chat about the Fraidus. They suspect the Fraidus entered Honami around the same time Chisa did and are running experiments in order to find a way out. They decide to investigate the Fraidus and will start in the commercial district, which is where Chisa first arrived when she was pulled in. The next day, they head to the commercial district and look around, learning that the Fraidus were trying to expand and control Honami's sonorosphere. They later wander to an old base Chisa and Sumika once used and look around. Inside, Chisa explains Sumika figured out time moves slower the closer you get to Neon Tower. This likely means time moves much faster outside Honami's sonorosphere. They find some ambers, and Chisa explains Sumika had a forte that created amber that could store memories or moments in time. Rover looks through some ambers which contain notes written by Sumika. In those notes, we learn Sumika was a member of the Black Shores that also was unwillingly transported into Honami. They head back to Chisa's safe house, and Namipon says she detected a frequency from outside the sonorosphere that is trying to contact Rover. Rover thinks it's Abby, and Namipon says she will try recalibrating the Neon Tower's coordinates. Hopefully, this will gain them access to the tower and to a way out of the sonorosphere. While Namipon gets on that, Rover chats with Chisa. Chisa talks about her past and that where she's from, resonators often face prejudice and persecution. Chisa also says that she thinks Sumika somehow breached the sonorosphere when she dragged Rover in, and that there is a way to escape this place. Just then, Namipon appears and says it's confirmed the Neon Tower's coordinates and that they can now reach the Neon Tower. They head over and enter the Neon Tower, finding that time and space are severely warped here. They head further inside and find some of Sumika's ambers, confirming Sumika also made it inside the Neon Tower. They continue on and learn that the deeper you go into the tower, the colder it gets. In one of her ambers, Sumika suspects the cold was meant to drain the heat out of the bodies of people foreign to the sonorosphere. They continue on and find more of Sumika's ambers, which contain notes directing them down a correct path towards the lament center. They continue on and find an amber containing the moment a near-death Sumika drags Rover through the spatial rift into Honami. Because time behaves strangely here, it's unclear how long Sumika was trapped wandering through Neon Tower. However, it does seem to be a long time, and Sumika likely died here. Suddenly, fractures in space start appearing, and Rover and Chisa get separated. Rover wanders around and finds the Fraidus again, realizing they are also left behind and likely died during one of their experiments. Rover also sees a powerful tacit discord appear and runs towards what she thinks is the center of the lament. Rover chases after the powerful tacit discord and soon finds an unresponsive Chisa that disappears. The powerful tacit discord appears again and Rover continues following it. Rover soon reaches the heart of the lament and the powerful tacit discord attacks Rover. We cut to Chisa, who is seemingly trapped in an illusion. Chisa sees scenes from her past of people from her hometown persecuting her for being a resonator. Chisa is almost consumed by the illusions until she hears Rover telling her to come back. Chisa then remembers the kindness of her classmates and instructors at Star Torch Academy, as well as the kindness of Rover and Sumika, and snaps out of the illusion. Chisa then uses her forte to join Rover and battle the powerful tacit discord. Namipon is also there and says he's been hiding here all along. Together, they defeat the powerful tacit discord and the lament goes away. Honami settles down and the left-behinds disappear. They head back to Chisa's safe house and she tells Rover she has overclocking problems, though Sumika told Chisa she had friends who could treat Chisa. Figuring that Sumika was referring to the Black Shores, Rover says she knows Sumika's friends and can take Chisa to them. Rover then invites Chisa to join the Black Shores and they go to the place where Rover first arrived in Honami. Once there, a spatial rift opens up and Abby comes through. Abby says the Black Shores have been working non-stop to rescue Rover. Rover and Chisa finally exit the sonorosphere and return to the Black Shores. Sometime later, Rover speaks to a Black Shores member named Valentina who updates her on what's happened. Valentina says the flow of time inside Honami is normalizing with that of the outside world. They've also detected another entryway in Honami that likely leads to somewhere else in the outside world. As for Chisa, the Black Shores have treated her overclocking problems and she is recovering. Just then, Valentina gets news Chisa went back into Honami. Rover heads back to Honami and finds Chisa. Chisa explains she's been looking into things and learned that while only 2 months passed for her in Honami, 20 years passed in the outside world. Chisa was transported to Honami when she was a first year at Star Torch Academy 20 years ago. Chisa isn't sure what's happened to her former classmates or even her parents. They continue chatting and take a walk around the now peaceful Honami. Chisa later says that the Black Shores mentioned Rover has lost memories and shows Rover a student ID from Star Torch Academy with Rover's face on it. Chisa says she found the ID by chance and recognized Rover's face on it in Neon Tower. Chisa never met Rover at Star Torch Academy, but it seems they were students there at around the same time. They continue enjoying their walk and the next day have a party with their friends from the Black Shores. After the party, Chisa says she wants to find her parents and finish her studies at Star Torch Academy. Just then, Rover's frequency starts leaking out of her tacit mark towards a spatial rift that seems to lead to Star Torch Academy. The Black Shores come study the rift and Rover. Shorekeeper says that Rover's frequency loss has stopped for now and she is out of immediate danger. Shorekeeper adds Star Torch Academy is located in a place called Lahai Roy and believes the Voidstorm in Lahai Roy is related to what happened. As the Voidstorm is likely related to Rover's frequency loss, Rover figures she needs to go to Lahai Roy. Chisa says the Voidstorm is what originally sent her to Honami. Shorekeeper says traveling through the rift to Lahai Roy may be possible later, but isn't possible now due to the rift being highly unstable. Rover then speaks to some nearby Black Shores members who found a working radio that is receiving a signal from Star Torch Academy. They listen to the radio and hear a voice Chisa recognizes as her mother. Namipon says that if the signal is really from Star Torch Academy, Namipon can use the signal to plot coordinates to get there from Honami. Shorekeeper adds Namipon's coordinates could get through the rift to Star Torch Academy and that the Black Shores will also help stabilize the rift. Shorekeeper offers more information and says that Lahai Roy is a sparsely populated area with no sentinels guarding it. Beneath Lahai Roy's ice fields lie Star Torch Academy and numerous research facilities built by a multinational alliance known as the Space Trek Collective. After hearing her mom's voice, Chisa says she would also like to use the rift to go to Star Torch Academy and see her. While the rift remains unstable, all they can do now is wait as Namipon and the Black Shores work on the rift. As they leave the area, Rover hears a voice from the radio saying that the universe has rejected us. The voice also says they hope they made Rover proud and that they haven't let Rover down. No one seems to hear this voice except for Rover. And that is the end of these quests in this video. If you like what you've seen here, please like, comment, and subscribe.